In the export page, this is where you can take a look at your data. You can have a look of all your columns here, and you can see they are in three different kind of colors. You have the white columns, green columns, and yellow columns. The white columns are the columns that paperbucket is born with. For example, it is the address, street number, letter, site, name, etc. You have, I just scroll here, you can see I have a lot of extra columns here. You have the yellow columns. It is columns that I have just created afterwards. I can create as many columns as I want. And the yellow columns, they are columns added on the customer card. The customer card, it is something that is specific for this customer. It can be anything that you want to add to a customer. It can, for example, be second address, second telephone number, etc., etc., but something that is with this customer all the time. And then you have the green columns. Now the green columns here, they are response codes or response columns. And these are the columns that you have a customer, for example, if the customer has, for example, different kind of campaigns here, then you can add data in those columns here. These columns here can of course change here, and the data can change here, but the columns in yellow will be the same. In this way, you can add one customer to different kind of activities and still track it all on that single customer. In the bottom, you have some options here. First of all, you can take a look at the history. You can edit the data. If you click the edit, you can see how it actually turns into blue here, and then you can edit the columns directly and write that to the database. Or you can delete columns if you want that. You can also export to Excel. Now what happens here is that when you have a selection that you want, you can click the export and then it will generate a file to you. When it has generated the file, you get an email with a download link and you simply just download it there. You can generate as many leads as you want. In the top of the export, you can filter your data here. For example, you have your divisions here. You have your different import lists here. You have your flows and your buckets. You can see that I have a lot of buckets here, but for now I just want to find the import list with the data that we created earlier or imported earlier. I have it down here. I click this one here, and paperbucket will get it for me. And here we have the data that we imported. As you can see, this is the data that I had here. Paperbucket automatically counts how many rows that we have here, and it is 3 rows in this part here. Now, maybe you think, I don't want all these columns here, it's too much. Can't we just reduce some of them? The answer is yes, you can. You can simply just choose not to show some of the columns here. It's simply just point and click. As you can see, what happens here is that suddenly this looks different. You can also rearrange the columns simply by drag and drop. And when you have a template that you want and that you like, you can simply just name the template and save it. And then when you get the template again, you can select it down here, and from now on you can get the data arranged in a way that you want every time. The last part you can do here is that you can do filters. You can use filters. For every column you can select the column, and then you can simply just filter with some kind of text in here, and then you can reduce your data even more. You can also choose to take a look at your columns with a simple count here. So if you right click in any column that you want, you get this menu called a quick chart. Click this one here and it counts how your columns look like. Now here it says we chose the column street. We can choose another column, for example city, and it will count the values that we have in this column here. It's very easy and a fast way to get a fast overview of your data. Thank you for watching. In the next menu, we'll take a look at the dashboard.